This video chart presentation of Eagle Hill Exploration brought to you by allpennystocks.com. Eagle Hill trades on the Venture Exchange under the ticker EAG. This was a technical stock to watch this week. See, came right out on Monday, tried to gap up, hit 22 cents, slid back to close the day. That bump of 22 really helped solidify that as a resistance level. Pretty nice pattern going on through here, though, kind of a W, double bottom, whatever you'd like to call it. So that 22 is certainly going to be a benchmark resistance point we're going to have our eye on here the rest of the week. See, looking at the indicators, some pretty nice things going on. Chart trying to come out of a bearish pattern, break through that trend towards zero, go into a bullish mode. Having a difficult time right through this area, trying to clutter it up, but right through there trying to make a new higher high with the MACD. That's something to pay attention to. It's got a nice uptrend going on, but it needs to continue the upward channel and start to make some higher highs. If that can't happen, it falls down through this trend line. I'd be paying close attention to some support levels. There's a pretty good chance this might try and fall again. Something to keep an eye out for the future, and just a way that you use the MACD to help try and make decisions about the stock movement. PPO, very similar position. ADX is down very low, only registering about a 15. Positive and negative DIs are in a nice position to try and make some upward movement. 7 MFI moved pretty quickly as that was moving up, completing the second side of the double bottom. A little bit of separation. Certainly when it was up in here, a little bit to be concerned about, but you can see it's retraced some. 21 trying to make its way through 50. Yeah, not in a bad spot. A little bit of concern with the accumulation distribution. Really needs to hold these levels and try and start to put together some upward movement. So you can see it's still kind of trickling downward a little bit. Shaking money flow shows selling pressure is still primarily dominant. Followers of the CCI, that break right there of 100 is the buy point. Full still coming down. We talk about this a lot of times. What you look for is for it to come back down through here, and if it can curl itself back up and break back through 80, that's a pretty bullish sign. So that's something else I look for. So that's something I always keep my eye out for the. So that's something I always keep my eye on for the full still. Doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's usually a pretty good sign of some strength and some upward momentum. Tricks, of course, nice uptrend back towards zero. Same sort of principle. Needs to get through zero, make a higher high, something along those lines to get a true channel going with some strength. RSIs right through here. Nice upward movement. Really want to see them hold 50. You can see that momentum came in. But look at this climb in price per share at the stock had from down here around 17 cents up to hit around 22. So definitely some momentum trying to come into the play. Like I said, more importantly, I'll pull this right back off. You can see that double bottom mentality, and you can see why some people call it a W pattern. What that means, pretty strong support right down there around 17 cents. A little bit too far away from my liking. I'd look for this more in the area of 19 cents. I'd want to see it hold that. There is some pretty decent support right there at 20 as well, which would be a little bit more prime spot if it can hold it because it's holding over top of the 50-day moving average. But there's going to be some pretty strong support at 19 cents too. What I look for on this, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, needs to take out 22. You see it's a very low volume play. Only traded 7,500 shares yesterday. I'd want to see volume come pushing harder into it to take out 22 because there's more right there at 23 and the 200-day moving average is right there. This chart's going to try and go from a bearish pattern into a bullish pattern. It has a setup to it with the double bottom. Now I just need to look for some momentum to come on and kick in the gas so it can take out 22 and blow through 23. Then on any pullback, look for it to hold 22 or 23, set itself up as a new support level, and then continue some upward pressure. There's going to be some more secondary resistance if upward movement comes right there around 25. Could even say 24, but I don't think that'll be that strong. I look at it at 25, starting to pick up a little bit as it gets closer to 28. But I'd really expect it to get strong up here around 31. Now again, that's in the longer term. I'm not looking at this thing to do this tomorrow. I'm just talking about over the next month or so. If it can continue to roll upward, put some pressure on it, continue an upward climb, break out of this double bottom, that's going to be a next area of resistance starts to get really strong. Now, of course, all that is neither here nor there. This can't take out 22 and 23, and it can't hold 19 and certainly 17 as support. A lot of times our technical stocks to watch are plays that are in a position to try and make a stronger move. And given things like this MACD trending upward to the double bottom, this chart certainly qualifies as one that could potentially trying to make the shift from bearishness to bullishness. So we're going to keep it on radar and see how it performs the rest of the week. As always, this is merely my interpretation of the Eagle Hill chart. I am not a financial consultant and strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure and do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or its video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching and trade smart.